Welcome, everybody, to Hibiscus Sports Complex as Nothing But Net Media presents another Basketball Queensland QBL Game of the Week, along with Australian Sports Network, Stream Team Australia, and our major sponsor, the Illume Group. I'm John Guarna. I'm joined tonight by Dave Derwin and Regan Baker for this exciting matchup between the Southwest Metro Pirates and the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. We saw a great women's game. Gentlemen, just before this one, this men's game has the fireworks ready as well.
Yeah, it really does, and I think it's, I was talking to Wayne Larkins before the game, big month for them. They need to turn their season around. They've got their full guys now, so they're really looking forward to building that continuity we've talked about with new groups, and so he's looking to get after it for the next 4 or 5 weeks in particular. And same with the Phoenix, great start, 4-2, and I believe they've got a new import coming in tonight, so it should be a cracker.
It's going to be a cracking game, and Dave, if we thought about it at the beginning of the season, probably a lot of people wrote off the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. Bit of a surprise where they're at thus far in the season, I think.
Oh, a little bit, but I think at the end of the day, they're well coached. Vern's been in the game a long time, and equally, I was talking to Wayne a little bit before. Their sort of first 7 guys have all got 100 QBL games under their belt. Like they know what the comp is. They've been around, so they've really got a pretty experienced group. And you throw in a couple of handy Americans. McAllister's a stud, and probably rightfully, maybe people thought of some lesser guys, but the team is doing a good job so far.
Regan, Southwest, you've seen them quite a bit as well. They can really hang with anybody. They've had some really good wins. They've had some tight losses. It's a pretty good Pirates group, but they really just haven't been able to string together a few consistent games thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had the pleasure of covering all of Southwest game this year at home. And I think Southwest's big issue is they have a lot of trouble closing out the third and fourth quarters. They can stick with any team. They always come out of the gates absolutely firing in the first half. But their issue is they lose momentum after that halftime break. And we've seen them drop 16, 17-point games in that third quarter. So for Southwest, it's all about just maintaining through the entire game and making sure that intensity actually stays for them throughout all 4 quarters of the game. And if they can't do that, that's when they run into a bit of trouble. But you look at the lineup that they've got on paper, and they absolutely have the team that they could take it to anyone in this competition if they can play the 4 quarters of ball.
It's going to be some great matchups on the floor. Who do you expect to see guarding Eric McAllister coming off of his big 40-point game last weekend?
Well, it'll be really interesting because they could go a little bigger with Poimo, or they're going to go with Croft, or just continue with Bear. So I'm going to guess it's probably Poimo, I think, and then we'll see how it goes, Johnny.
Well, let's see as the teams get out onto the court. Looking for the Southwest Metro Pirates, you've got Ryan Vines, Nelson Larkins, Jared Bairstow, Henry Puono, and Jarrett Croft. And for Sunshine Coast Phoenix, you got Zach Price, Josh Walters, Zeke Meal, CJ Massengale, and Eric McAllister. It's going to be a good one, folks. If you are tuning in live on YouTube or Facebook, let us know in the comments your name and where you're watching from. We'll get you a shout out. Your referee crew tonight, crew chief Jackie Dover, umpires Jason Haig and Warwick Brown. Sunshine Coast Phoenix win the tip. They're going to have the first possession of the game.
And Zane, just noticed too, Johnny, Zane Mills out tonight as well. No Fitzgerald, so missing a couple of guys.
McAllister looked backdoor for Massengale, wasn't there. Turnover on the first possession for Sunny Coast. Bairstow gets inside, dumps it off. Croft working against fellow big man Price. Hook shot short. Price grabs the rebound. That's the, I'm going to forever call the hook shot the Dave Derwin shot because he loves it.
Well, it's just fundamentals. I love it. And again, you're never blocking it. I'd like to see Croft go to that, a lot. And he's got a real nice left one when he comes back the other way too. So interesting to see how they integrate Bairstow into the offense with CJ guarding him too. So little small maybe the Phoenix, and that's where the Pirates could have an advantage, I think, tonight.
Massengale wanted to go at Bairstow. Good defense there from Jared. Massengale throws the ball off of the leg of Jared Bairstow, so going to stay with Sunshine Coast. They got 17 on the shot clock. Walter's jumper is strong.
Well, you talked about McAllister earlier, Johnny, and he's been an animal. Second in the league in scoring this year on the switch.
Another player who made the move from the University of Sunshine Coast, Rip, as Puono gets called for the moving screen. McAllister moved over from the Rip to join Phoenix. We saw in the women's game, Carly Smith made the same move. Puono picking up the first foul of the game.
Yeah, he's just, when I was talking to Jared Baird before the game, just some of those adjustments where it's only really his third game, I think, in Australia. So just a little bit of that adjustment, but it was an offensive foul.
McAllister fading away, air ball. Turnover from Larkins. Bairstow really showing you his versatility on defense. One possession guarding Massengale out on the perimeter, then next possession down court battling with McAllister in the block.
Well, I'll try not to sound too much like a fanboy, but he is in that 50, 40, 90 like we talked about, which is, impressive. He's having a terrific season.
Yeah, Bairstow playing his 100th QBL game for Southwest tonight. Price hook shot's good. That's a tough look there from Price.
Really good move.
Croft looking inside. Bairstow turnaround jump shot is good.
So Price new, Johnny?
It's well, he's been there this season as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, okay. Just no stats for him.
Neal drains a three. How many times have we said that in the last 10, 12 years?
Well, there's only one of them tonight, so.
Yeah, we maybe only get half of it.
Yeah.
Massengale gets called for the foul, trying to battle with Bairstow on the inside.
Yeah, and that's a matchup that really suits the Pirates.
Foul apiece, for one apiece for each team. Larkin steps behind the three, fires. It's off the side of the rim.
Got to hit the glass. No Pirates on the boards. They are the worst offensive rebounding team in the league.
Another hook shot there from Price. I know you like that, Dave. It's like a half step through flip.
Tough. Nice little. Is he a lefty, Johnny? Have we determined? I assume so.
I'm assuming so too. Meal skips it ahead. Walters stops, goes inside, back out to Meal. Walters, top of the key, in and out. You can see the intention of Phoenix, though. They want to play fast.
Yeah, they do. And again, quick shots from both Pirates and Phoenix.
Cap and Vines.
And both teams play pretty loose and free.
Could be a high-scoring affair. McAllister skips it. Neal fires a three. It's off the side of the rim. Bairstow looking inside. Nice catch inside for Croft to lay it in. Good look from Bairstow. Then Larkins comes up with the steal.
Oh.
Vines nearly turned it over. Croft recovers. Larkins, three-pointer up off the side of the rim and out of bounds.
He missed an open bear under the rim.
Sean Bairstow checks in.
You got to feed the big guys. Otherwise they get cranky.
And Bairstow
won't rebound for you, won't set picks for you.
How about the bench last week for Southwest in that big win over Ipswich? Bench points 32. Bairstow had 14. Max Curl with 18. Love that production off the bench.
Yeah, it was, and two good talents.
Nelson Larkins gets called for the blocking foul.
Yeah, and Coach Larkins was talking about how Bairstow's been surprisingly good.
Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
he's really got that good frame, working really hard, putting in the yards. And
getting set to,
and it's transitioning into the QBL.
It's a good opportunity for him to play at this level. I know he has played previously, but probably not as consistent minutes as he would have liked. And heading off to Utah State, getting to the rim, can't finish with the right hand, gets the rebound. Putback is good. It's always good to have a pair of Bears out on the floor for the Pirates.
Well, there's a big one in the crowd. KB's over there too.
McAllister gets the deep catch, puts it up and in.
Just good move, really good deep position. Tough to defend from there.
Larkins takes the handoff, goes back to the right hand, euros his way, misses. Bairstow tipped it, but Phoenix recover. Walters goes out the defense, misses.
Well done. Yeah, great D. I was going to say, Johnny, I really like that last take from Larkins. That's the bit that he needs to keep on working on, is that inside game. So not just 3 balls, not just jump shots. Again, great move, taken to the rim.
Good finish there from Larkins on the baseline as well.
Great jumper.
With Price right in his face. Max Curl getting set to check in. Looks like might be for the shooter. Pretty good crowd here on a cool evening at Hibiscus.
Yeah, it's raining too, so it is a good crowd.
Nelson Larkins hits the 3-point play. Max Curl checks in. Sunshine Coast Phoenix going to their bench for the first time tonight. Malachi Mitchell checks in, as does Connor Ward for Price and Massengale. Oh, excuse me. Price and Meal. No, who am I talking about here? Walters. I got it right. You get 3 swings at it, don't you? Good move by Pono. He's fouled by the fresh on the floor Connor Ward. Henry Puono go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
I'm still confused who checked in, Johnny.
Connor Ward checked in.
As in,
Malachi Mitchell also checked in.
You just threw 27
I threw out
names.
the whole Phoenix team, right? Everyone's coming off the floor.
5 in, 5 out. Let's just go old school.
And now they're all off. The whole team's off.
Everyone's off. I screwed up. Everyone's leaving. They've had enough. It is a timeout. Let's take one as well. 4:27 left in the first quarter. Pirates up 1 of your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. I won't tell you who's on the floor just yet, Dave, all right? Let's see who comes out.
Just take a stab in the dark.
McAllister, Mitchell, Massengale, Ward, and Meal for Sunshine Coast Phoenix. And then you've got Bairstow squared for Pirates, Puono, Vines, and Curl. I got it right this time, okay? Everyone clear?
10
we good?
10 out of 10. Mate.
All right. Phew. Gee. Took me a while there, but I made it in the end. Pretty good timeout though there. You know, kind of settle things down. Let's regroup a little bit. I think it's probably more just catch your breath. Let's take a little bit of a chat, see what we see in these first few minutes type of timeout.
Yeah, and I think for both groups they've got really good 5s, and then their bench sort of goes away a little bit. So equally, there's going to be guys playing big minutes and. In the QBL, they're both, Phoenix 4 and 2, Southwest 3 and 4. This is a key period where they've got to pick up some games, especially for Southwest, where they've lost a couple at home already.
Bairstow takes the lead pass, goes right at the rim. Nice finish there from Sean Bairstow. Great pressure out of the timeout from Southwest.
Yeah, he certainly adds great length and athleticism. Oh, that's backcourt.
Not under the new rules, Dave.
Okay, I didn't see the line.
Yeah.
It was.
So the new rules, 3 points of contact, unless all 3, both feet and the ball reach the front court, it's play on. So because the ball was still technically in the back court, it's all good.
Vines chased down an offensive rebound. Southwest coming out with tons of energy after that timeout. Vines misses, but he's fouled. It kind of feels as though Southwest sees something in the bench players of Phoenix, because they really have ramped up the intensity since those 2 subs for Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and equally, you know, they've just spacing the floor really well. Southwest moving the ball, being patient. Again, looking for those matchups that they think are a bit more favourable.
And I love the energy out of Southwest bench as well. So even when the players aren't on the court, they're still part of the game. You know, they're getting very, very loud on the bench as well and ramping up their boys on defense. So it's really great to see from the Southwest side.
Very rare. A couple of misses there from Ryan Vines on the free throws. Southwest's up 5, and they'll still come out with this 1-2-2 press. Good break there from Phoenix. Mitchell's in the corner, goes inside for McAllister. Goes to the right-hand hook shot, it's off. Here comes Bairstow looking to run. Goes right to the rim, a lot of contact, no call. Mitchell gets it. Pass tipped, out of bounds, off the hands of Ryan Vines.
Well, Coach Larkins was telling Bear to kick ahead early, which generally I agree with, but equally I think the Phoenix D didn't really commit, so he kind of just thought he'd keep probing. And it was a good take, he just missed a layup. That's what Pomo does really well for this Pirate group. Remember last time we covered him, Johnny, he was a point forward of rebounding and busting out in transition. He did it, was tremendous, igniting their offense.
Checking into the game for the first time for Southwest, Martin Nolan comes into tonight, averaging just over a minute a game, so pretty early check-in here for Nolan. McAllister hands off for Meal. Meal gets inside, a lot of contact. There's definitely a foul. Let's see who they give it to. It's going to go against Jared Bairstow. Bairstow's first. Team's third. Croft checks in for Pono. 2:48 to go in the first quarter. 5-point lead for Southwest. Nice cut by McAllister, finds Massengale. He's open, gonna fire a 3. That's good, CJ Massengale hits it from deep, cuts the Phoenix deficit to 2.
He's been doing that for a long time.
Bairstow gonna fire a 3. That's Sean Bairstow, it's short. Goes off the hands of Connor Ward, out of bounds. Larkins checks in for Sean Bairstow. Few good minutes there for Sean.
Yeah, really good minutes.
I'm excited to see him when he goes over to college, going to Utah State. The Aggies are a strong program as Croft finishes plus the foul. Good fancy footwork there. That's the pivot, Dave. That's what we talk about all the time, fundamentals.
Yeah, no, great move. And McAllister didn't do a lot wrong. I think he's saying to the referees, do I get the same call down the other end?
Max Curl can't come up with it. Here comes Ward. Massengale loses it. Croft comes up with it.
Oh,
Kicks
wow.
ahead. Pass way too strong, and then Curl fouls Meal.
That is the third bad transition pass where the Pirates have just thrown it away.
Couple of easy ones, giving it away.
Well, it is because, you know, you just probably threw away 6 points when you go from a pretty good start to a great start with another 6 points next to their name.
18-14, Pirates up 4, exactly 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bit of a timeout here on the floor. Bit of sweat along the baseline there.
Yeah, cool. Slipped and slided down the other end.
The old slip and slide in wintertime, eh?
That's right.
A bit funny here at Hibiscus, eh? Three-pointer by Meal is good. That was a tough shot there from Zeke Meal.
Phoenix, they don't shoot it.
Nice move there from Max Curl, going behind the back and finishing with the left.
Yeah, they don't shoot an awful amount of threes compared to the other teams, Johnny, but they're the #1 3-point percentage this year in the QBL, so they definitely have to respect the threes.
Here's another one from Meal. Hits nothing but the bottom of the net. We're tied at 20. Larkins gets inside. He's fouled.
That'll be a goaltend too.
Let's see. They're going to have a chat about it.
It should be a goaltend because it was.
Yeah, it should be a goaltend because any contact with the ball after a foul is called is technically classified as a goaltend on a shot to the basket. So I think the referee's just going to come together and have a conversation.
Well, I think it'll be an
Let's
M1.
see. They haven't signaled for it yet. No basket.
They're going to wave it away.
Wow.
Foul's called on Connor Ward.
They're possibly going to deem that the contact with the player and the contact with the ball was sort of simultaneous. It's only when the contact with the ball comes well and truly after the foul. So if there's contact on the body and then an extra step and a shot and then the block, that's when it is a goaltend. So that was somewhat simultaneous. I thought it was still going to go the way of points count, but they have deemed that it's not.
With my live eye, looked like an M1. Riggs, thanks for the explanation.
2 free throws are good. Pirates are up 2, approaching the minute mark. Got to give another shout out to Kirsty Woodward checking in on Facebook, saying obviously a Sunshine Coast Phoenix fan. McAllister goes right at the defense, lays it up and in. That's a tough bucket there for McAllister. He's real versatile. He's shown his versatility. He's been in the QBL for a few years now. Croft shoots over Price, misses. Corono grabs the rebound. Pass knocked out of bounds off Phoenix. Christian Pang checks in for Marty Nolan.
Loving the big man matchup here, Johnny. It's nice.
Good old school, I love it. Larkin steps right through the defense to lay it in.
Well, we talked about that earlier. A couple of the bits that I'd like to see him improve for him to keep going to the next level, and it's a couple of nice plays.
Allen on the floor for the first time tonight. Neal in a bit of trouble, loses it. Pang recovers it, kicks ahead for Larkins. Right up. Looked like he was trying to throw it off the backboard for Puano. McAllister goaltends.
Well, I think Puano and Croft were both fighting for the lob.
Neal has it, the shot clock running down. Gets inside, fadeaway jumper's up. It's a wedgie to end the quarter. And at the end of the first, it's a 4-point lead for the Southwest Metro Pirates. Want to take this quick time to give a shout out to our guy, Matthew Wellsby. 5 a.m. wake-up call in Dallas to tune in for the Pirates. That's dedication at its finest, Matt. Thanks for tuning in. It is a quarter-time break, so we'll take one as well. 4 points to lead for Southwest over Phoenix. New QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 26-22, the lead for the Pirates over Phoenix. Heading into the second quarter of action. Shout out to Jason Blanchard. Love it. Sending his man D-Love a bit of love.
That's my guy.
I know. Blanche is a good dude. I'm sure he's enjoying the commentary. And I've been enjoying this game, guys. Been some really great action up and down the floor. Pretty amazing shots. Pretty good defense as well. Pretty evenly matched so far, Dave.
Yeah, it really is. And we talked before the game, Johnny, we think it'll be a tight one. Again, Phoenix missing a couple guys that we didn't even think about. So Phoenix is doing a really good job so far. I like their energy. Mill's been doing a good job of leading them around. Hit a couple threes. And Price and McAllister, a really nice front court combo.
Yeah, McAllister, pretty quiet so far, but pretty well-balanced attack for Sunshine Coast. And similarly for Southwest, they got scoring across the board, led by Nelson Larkins, 9. There's Larkins from the wing. 3 is off the front of the rim. Long rebound, he gets his own. Fires another short jumper. This one's good.
He's really worked on that jump shot. Beautiful. Like, just a really good stroke now. He's probably disappointed with his three-point field goal percentage, but again, the shot looks really good.
Foul called on Ryan Vines, trying to defend Zeke Meal.
One of those many guys, Johnny, trying to make that transition into the NBL. And
well, he had a few years down with Adelaide.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a lot of court time, but you got to think the growth in his game is evident after 2 years of training with the 36ers program.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Coach Wright does a great job down there in Adelaide. I think I read the other day it's his 10th year in Adelaide. Something like that. I was surprised.
And speaking of the Adelaide 36ers, big shout out to Brendan Teese, Adelaide 36ers player, sitting in the crowd, coming back to his home association.
Greasy Teasy.
Probably one of the best exports out of Southwest in recent years.
Yeah.
It looks like he wouldn't mind getting out on the court, actually, Teasy. Quano gets it, working against McAllister, spins into the double team, can't finish, but Croft tips it in. Good follow there from Croft. That's what you want from your big men. You see the double come off, you want your big guy to go right to the rim.
Yeah, and they've done a really good job. The Pirates, I'm just having a quick look, Johnny. It's their 6th offensive rebound. Phoenix could have cleaned that up.
McAllister travels, had the ball on his hip there, and took a step too many. Walter's going to check back in for Ward. Dave, just while we are talking about Teasy, I know you had a lot to do with Teasy growing up in his early days in the Pirateship, but
yeah.
He's not really the young fella anymore. He's got a few more years left in him on the court, but I always thought he might make a good coach. What do you think of Teasy, the coach?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, always had a terrific IQ, even as a youngster. I mean, we put him in our group. We put him in our group as a 16-year-old. So him and Zach Carter, and gave them plenty of minutes, and they did a great job maturing over the years when we had him. And
offensive foul called against Josh Walters. Vinesy putting a little bit of pressure on Walters under the basket.
It's just that he might have to coach girls though, Johnny, with his daughter now. So he could be going down that direction.
Nothing wrong with that.
Girls hoops coach.
Quano gets it back to Croft. Croft nearly lost the pass. Quano recovers, spins left, fadeaway jumper's good.
Well, it's the Croft and Promo show here right now.
Pirates are out to a 13-point lead.
Big start to the second quarter.
Quano gets the steal. He's streaking down court, goes right at the rim, fouled by Meal. It's a good foul. Bit of talking, don't mind that. Quano will take 2. It's all done with a smile, you like it.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of friendly banter on the court.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
The energy and passion.
Riggs on that, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna get mad here. I'm actually surprised that they didn't call like an unsportsmanlike top. Like that was, you know what I mean? I'm in the new world of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's probably a perfect example that, I think Kay Hart is doing the game today for the referees. I mean, that's a great clip that you could pull and use as a perfect example of a 50-50 decision where you have to decide between yes, he's playing the ball, so there's no unsportsmanlike because it was played the ball, but where you draw that line for heavy contact. And look, I'm happy with the referees not going down the line of heavy contact. I'm really happy that they didn't, but that's a really great example of those new rules and how you play that new unsportsmanlike rule.
Flop warning there against Nelson Larkins. And then Pang gets, oh no, they called the offensive foul, the hook on Zeke Meal. I thought they were getting Pang with the body, but they got the hook.
This press has really shaken the Phoenix here. This nice little 1-2-2 trap Pirates have run with. It's probably a good karma. I think he got away with one, smacking Larkins to the ground.
Well, they gave the flop warning to Nelson on that one.
Which I kind of disagree with. But anyway, it all worked out for the Pirate fans.
Bit of moisture on the court. So we'll get a bit of a floor timeout.
Great start for the Pirates. 10-0 here to open the second quarter. And Phoenix really, they've got to find an answer. You might find Coach Roberto going to timeout pretty quick, Johnny.
Well, it hasn't been a great start to the quarter. Phoenix still looking for their first points.
I can see him thinking, do I blow one? I got a long way to go without a timeout now. If I do blow one,
oh, you got to think he's going to wait to see.
Yeah, and I think you might get one now.
The blocking, pushing foul against McAllister. That's McAllister's second, I think. Fourth team foul against Phoenix in the quarter.
Well, Southwest has got to keep attacking here.
Nelson Larkins catch and shoot is off.
Again, if they can get Phoenix in the bonus, they have 7 minutes of free throws.
Good ball movement. Nice fake there from Zeke Meal. Fires and misses. Croft grabs the rebound. Vines, long two is off. Price grabs the defensive rebound. McAllister pushing it up court for Sunshine Coast. Goes to the left hand, then the right, misses. Prono defensive rebound.
Yeah, well defended.
There's a technical foul called against Eric McAllister.
That's his third.
It's going to be his third.
And then here's the timeout that maybe he should have called, and it might have saved the big guy getting his third. Frustration foul.
Yeah, timeout taken on the floor from Coach Roberto. We'll take one as well. 6:47 to go in the first half. It's a 36-22 lead for the Southwest Metro Pirates in your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 6:47 to go in the half. Eric McAllister just picked up a technical foul, his third personal, so Larkins misses the free throw, though. And first time this season, I think, for Sunshine Coast, we're going to see Dakiba Bati Aston just joining the group.
He's a big unit. A big unit.
Well, him and Poimo, they might play a little rugby after the game or something.
Big fella can move his feet. Puono gets it to fall, though. He's crafty.
Yeah.
38-22. Pirates up 16. Price has it. Finds Meal. Now Walters goes right at the defense and banks one home. Good finish there from Josh Walters. The first bucket of the quarter for Sunshine Coast. Croft.
Too easy. Just too easy from the Phoenix. They got to do a better job of picking up their man and just calling just a really simple screen. And no, McAllister's going to really hurt him because he's really good down on the other end as well.
Good screen from Batia Aston. Neal nearly lost it. It goes out of bounds off at Southwest, so Sunshine Coast will maintain possession with 6 on the shot clock.
Starting to get a bit chippy both ways, it seems. Players starting, have a few words here and there.
Well, yeah, Phoenix are frustrated, but equally they got to be smart here.
And those ones kill you as Bairstow turns on the Jets, gets to the rim, misses.
Unsportsmanlike, easy.
Yeah, there's the unsportsmanlike call.
There was no choice on that. There was no play at the ball whatsoever. He's just wrapped his arms around him in a big bear hug. I mean, you have no choice but to call that an unsportsmanlike foul.
So, Riggs, what are they having a chinwag about then?
That, I don't know.
It's a pretty simple call, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's definitely going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. I think it's about the conversation of whether you go the next step forward, because it's dangerous, very dangerous, what he's done. But yeah, I'm not really too sure what the conversation was in regards to be completely honest.
Well, they bring everyone off. So was there a technical as well?
Well, it was an unsportsmanlike. So unsportsmanlike is 2 free throws in possession, so there's no lineup for that.
Be really interesting here because Phoenix, for me, are hanging on by their teeth. And to Riggs' point earlier, we've seen a couple of Pirate games and they have had shaky third quarters. So a good lead's cute, but the key for Pirates obviously is if they can continue it.
Yeah, for Pirates to stay in this, they really need to put Sunny Coast away in this quarter. If they can keep playing the way they have been, and a Nelson Larkins 3-point shot will do just that. If they can get themselves a very healthy lead in this second, then it won't matter if they don't have a third. They'll be so far in front.
Massengale answers, though.
Yeah, I think now they've really got the likes of Massengale and Meal really need to take over with this particular group for the Phoenix.
Here's Larkins' pass. It's tipped, turned over. Massengale fires another 3. It's short. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up and in. Timeout called by Coach Larkins for Southwest, so we'll take one as well. 4:43 to go in this one. Pirates up 16. The QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, Stream Team Australia, and the Illume Group. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 16 points the lead for Southwest.
Yeah, good timeout from Coach Larkins then, Johnny. Again, just really maintain the troops' focus. Off to the foul line they go. Yeah, it was a really good timeout just to keep the focus and go, listen, guys, 15 points means nothing. We did it with good D, good energy. moving the ball. Let's continue to do so.
But T. Aston that picked up that personal, his second personal foul.
Just on that last one, you know, the turnover to Croft from Larkins, and we talked a little bit about John O'Mines last week around that jump to the NBL level and just eliminate some of them. Same thing with Nels. He just tries to do a little bit too much sometimes and just get rid of the damn ball and move now. Like just getting some simple motion offense. So sometimes just on the Croft, he didn't expect the ball, and it's a simple turnover. I just think they're the kind of things where some of these young guys they just maybe try a little bit too hard, if that makes sense, Johnny.
Yeah, and that's Nelson's game, though. He always plays with energy on every possession on both sides of the floor.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to kind of take it down a notch.
Yeah. Massengale's been great.
Yeah, he's been excellent.
Three buckets here in the second quarter, leading the Phoenix with 8.
Bairstow comes up with the steal, kicks ahead for Jared Bairstow. Good hands by Meal.
Oh.
Sean Bairstow fouls him. And then Bairstow dropped an F-bomb, and he gets teed up.
I don't disagree with the original call, to be completely honest with you. There was a little bit of contact as Shawnee Bairstow tried to jump to pounce on the ball. He's made contact with his arm against, was it Meal's leg?
Yeah.
So he's gone across and made contact with his leg, put him off balance. So I don't actually disagree with the original call.
Yeah.
But again, it's about, you know, as a player, you have to have that discipline to, you know, even if you disagree with the call, to then have that discipline to not turn around and drop that F-bomb, because, you know, you think it's bad enough that you pick up one foul you don't agree with. Now you've got two and you're on the bench. So it is a very, very tough thing. And, you know, sometimes that discipline is tough. Like, even as a player myself, you know, it can be hard to just swallow it, accept the call, and move on.
Absolutely.
So the free throw is good. Phoenix down 14. Jared Bairstow steals the inbounds, and Vines lays it in. A lot of these turnovers are leading directly to Pirates points.
Well, Phoenix need to do something a little bit more than the Massengale show. They need to keep on moving the ball and involving guys.
Massengale with the runner gets it to fall.
They could just give it to him.
I mean, it's
and just
working.
Keep going. Is that the big dog?
It was Meal. Zeke Meal gets called for the pushing foul.
I was going to say, he was going to try and give Aaron Harding a go for the quickest foul out in QBL history.
Well,
hang on, no, sorry.
Meal.
It's not even Ace Harding anymore. Rob Manson. He blew it out of the water last year in Ipswich.
That was 2 years ago, I think, wasn't it?
2 years, yeah. What do we reckon?
I think it was about
7 minutes of action?
Not even. I think it was like 3. Good old Rob Manson. He picked up 3 in about 30 seconds, I think, Manson, that time.
Well, at least his jersey didn't get too sweaty. That's the positive, right?
Yeah, I mean, referees are calling it a tight one. And this is where you kind of you wonder where it's at. You know, we try not to be critical, and I'm not saying this in a critical way, but a lot of the chippiness coming from the players on the floor is from their frustrations with the referees' calls. Then you start calling and blowing a lot more because they're getting a bit chippy, and it kind of starts to snowball a bit. There hasn't been a real flow to this first half because it's been a lot of stop-start.
And I think, unfortunately, for the Sunshine Coast Phoenix, they've kind of caught themselves in a bit of a snowball effect where they let one or two calls, correct calls in my opinion, from the referees affect them. And now they're stuck in this loop of they get a foul, they chip, they complain, they get a technical, or they get another foul, and they're in a bit of a snowball because they're now up to around about 9 fouls in this quarter, and realistically, they're just not playing strong enough defense to get away with those fouls. And I agree with probably 98% of what's been called in the game so far.
Bono from 3 hits the front of the rim.
Yeah, quick trigger on that. I think Southwest needs to, again, move the ball a little bit more. Be patient here.
CJ Massengale winding the clock back. He's on fire here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's got 14 now.
Phoenix down 13, though.
Leads all scorers.
Walters comes up with the steal, lays it up with the left hand, and puts it in. It's 11 points now. As good as the Pirates look, Phoenix weathered it, now storming back themselves.
Yeah, it's still a +9 for the quarter. for the Southwest Pirates.
Bairstow dumps it off. Croft puts it down with two hands and the foul. Great look there from Jared Bairstow, driving baseline, dumping it inside for the big man to drop the two-handed hammer. How about Peter Pollock putting out the old quaff there, hey? Taking back the old long hair there.
That's his
knocking a few years off the look, hey, with the locks flowing in the breeze.
Looks like a rich retired banker.
Hey, he is, isn't he? I'm sure he's got sleeping on money bags over Paulie. Price looking to answer, goes to the right hand, reverse layup, no good, but he's fouled.
Yeah, Pangy's got to be there a little earlier. He was caught in between helping his guy and on split. Nice move from Price. He's looked really good in this first half.
Aaron Anderson tuning in live with the other Caps players. Shout out to Aaron Anderson, one of my personal favorite QBL players of the last 4 or 5 years.
You can't have favorites, mate.
I have lots of them, man. There's a few on the court here tonight. I love Massengale. Big fan of Vines, you know that. Love Nelson's game. I'm just a fan in general. Couple good free throws there. Pirates lead is 12. Croft goes at the defense, misses. Bairstow cleans it up. How'd I forget Jared Bairstow too? Just a super versatile guy. Love Bairstow's game.
Yeah, Phoenix defensively have been poor in this first half. Just letting the Pirates do whatever they like. I mean, Croft just had a simple flash to the high post. And then again, no one boxed out.
Tough bucket there. Good follow by Price, but he loses it out of bounds. Nelson Larkin's going to check back in for Ryan Vines. Minute 30 to go in the first half. Pirates up 14. Phoenix really needs someone to help Massengale, though. It's been the Massengale show here in the second. Price puts his down with two hands. It's too easy off the baseline out of bounds for Phoenix. Bit of zone here from Sunshine Coast. Bairstow dumps it off again for Croft to lay it in, plus the foul. Good footwork there from Croft along the baseline.
Yeah, they've been really poor, in particular around the baseline on that rotation. Bairstow's done a great job making either the right pass or the hockey assist. And Croft's having a field day around the rim.
Timeout taken on the floor. Let's keep it here, though, Dave. Pretty impressive quarter for both teams. Minute 13 to go in this one. Pirates started out hot. You got to give Phoenix a bit of credit, though, with the comeback here, cutting the deficit to what it is, 14 now. Got out to nearly 20 at points in the quarter, though.
Yeah, well, they're down 10 this quarter. Massengale scoring 14 of their 18. And as we've said, that's really all they've had in this second quarter. So, I really like getting Price involved. And again, just some simple basketball of two-man game with Price on one side and either Massengale playing on the ball or on the weak side, moving him off some screens, just keeping it simple because they're both having really good games so far.
Yeah, the loss of McAllister hurts, obviously, as well, picking up 3 with that technical.
Yeah, well, he'll be back in the third, but equally, I remember a couple of years ago, same thing. He let the game get to him, and he kind of did a nothing game, and he came in and then fouled again and again. And
yes.
So he's just got to check himself at halftime, refresh.
That was that game against Brisbane. In Brisbane, yeah, I remember with the rip.
And they need him in order to get back in this game. It's that simple.
Pirates are up 14. There's a minute 13 to go in this one. Croft at the free throw line finishes the three-point play. He's had himself a nice half. Has Croft. Curl working against Meal. Meal leaves his feet. Pass knocked out of bounds. Bairstow comes up with the steal. Jared kicks it cross court. Curls open. 3 is up. Off the back of the rim. Beat Hooper seeing his first few minutes of the season. Grabs the rebound. Bairstow picks up the blocking foul. It's the 5th against the Pirates, so Massengale going to go to the free throw line for a couple shots.
Yeah, Bear just frustrated at himself, realizing that he needed to lift the game and get into Massengale here, but just committed a silly foul, which will send him to the bonus now.
57-43 now. Got about 42 seconds left in this one. Massengale misses the second. Bairstow grabs the rebound. See if Pirates go 2 for 1 here. Bairstow on the block with working on Hooper. Keeps his dribble alive. Croft, little teardrops, good.
Croft's having himself a game. Again, though, fed by Bairstow, who's been terrific. And really unselfish. Only had 3 shots for Jared Bairstow so far, but he's been making really good passes, 6 assists.
Neal picks up his dribble, finds Walters, good pump fake, steps into a long 2. It's too strong. Bairstow, another rebound. He kicks it ahead for Curl. Curl whips it up. He's going to get called for the charge.
Good job, Meal.
Great job there from Meal, Max Curl.
Yeah, great anticipation. Obviously, a lot of the right-handed guys are going to try and have that little right-hand scoop, so he did a really good job.
Don't know what happened to the clock there. There's got to be some time left.
I don't know if there would be, to be honest.
I don't think there was a whole lot either. I thought he shot it right on the buzzer, but if there's going to be, you'll be lucky to get a
Well, the siren didn't. I didn't hear the siren go. Did anyone hear the siren?
No,
I feel like they would have stopped it on 0 or .01.
Because now the scoreboard's gone funky too, so.
Well, referee Jackie Dover's over here looking to put some time on the clock.
0.5 on the clock, I think.
Let's see.
Let me see if I can pull up my action replay.
Half a second left, so they're going to put half a second on.
It's probably fair based on the action replay.
All right. This will be tough to get a shot up here. Go full court. Let's see what Massengale does. Just inbounds it. Walters will let the clock run out, and that'll be the half. Pirates go into the big break up 16, 59-43. And I got to say, Pirates setting themselves up for a pretty good second half. We know they're not traditionally a second half team here, but they've got a pretty good cushion heading into the third quarter.
Yeah, they do, and I think the key is they just got to really start at 0-0 and work on this third quarter. I remember, I've said it many times over the years, but Popovich had a thing around starting first 3 minutes and ending in last 3 minutes a quarter, specifically looking at how you do that. And if you win those, then pretty much you win a lot of games. So I think they need a big quarter to, again, just win the third would be a pretty simple mantra for the Pirates to set themselves up.
Phoenix, you got to think they're going to try and wipe that first half from their memory, and got to hope that they get McAllister back on the court because they need him. It's really been Massengale, and no one else has really stepped up. Yeah,
and realistically, the Sunshine Coast is still in a really good position to come back in this game as well. Offensively, they're doing a lot of things right. Inside the three-point line, they're shooting at 65%, so they are getting to the rim, and they are shooting at a pretty good clip. Where the Phoenix really need to adjust their game is in terms of their defense and just being lazy on D. They put Southwest to the line 19 times in that first half of basketball, and Southwest managed to score 12 points. So 12 points on the free throw line from 19 attempts. I mean, Phoenix just need to stop sending Southwest to the line. They just need to readjust their defense, make sure they're moving their feet, get in front, stop doing silly little slaps and all that kind of thing, and they'll find themselves getting back in this game if they can keep shooting at 65% inside.
Well, it was a pretty good first half of action. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with some statistics in the second half of action between the Sunshine Coast Phoenix and the Southwest Metro Pirates here on your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, Stream Team Australia, and Illume Group. Back with you at halftime here. It's a 16-point lead for the Southwest Metro Pirates, 59-43. About 2 minutes to go before the second half, but a really good first half of action here from both teams. Both teams really had their moments. Southwest really dominated that second half, though, to run out to that 16-point lead. And it was a really well-balanced attack. I thought they did it primarily behind their defense, though, Dave. A lot of trapping, a lot of full-court press, picking up a few turnovers and a couple easy buckets, really building that momentum.
Well, they did, and that includes them probably bombing for transition turnover opportunities. So I think I'm pretty happy if you're the Pirates, but for Phoenix, 59 on the board's too many. You can't be giving up 120 a game. You're not going to win those ones. I really liked that McAllister had a little chuckle at the halftime break, so I hope he comes back energized and focused here, ready to put the team on his back and give him something. But Price and CJ were obviously really tough for them, and Meal was good early but a little quiet in that second quarter. So I think it's an important 5 minutes here for the Phoenix to see if they get back in the game.
Got our referees here. We're tuning in.
It's been all positive.
Keeping us honest. Making sure, referee Jason Haig tuning in, making sure that we're on the ball.
He always tries to keep me honest, make sure my commentary's in his favour, which I think it always is. I don't think I've ever tough on him.
We don't favour anyone. NBN, mate. We're truth talkers here. Some players, coaches may not like it, but it's the truth.
Hey, we just call it like we say it, as always.
Our opinion. How about that?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's true. We've copped it a bit ourselves, and if we deserve it, happy to wear it. But McAllister will come back to start the second half, and you really got to think, Dave, you alluded to it in the first half, but in the past we've seen McAllister lose it after that first technical. Let's hope that he can keep it together, because Phoenix really need him if they want to pick up this win this evening.
Yeah, and equally, Price is important too. I think he's been really good for them. Need to see him get a few more touches. 8 points, only 4 shots, but he's had some really nice moves around the basket. And again, when he does that, that can create opportunities as the guards start digging in to free up some of the Phoenix three-point shooters.
There it is. Price gets the first touch. He'll fire a short jumper. Bairstow grabs the defensive rebound, and this is where I think Jared is at his best, grabbing those rebounds and then pushing it up court for Southwest. It's knocked out of bounds off the hands of the Phoenix, but Bairstow just so versatile. It's how much of an advantage is it for a team to have a guy who could grab a defensive rebound and initiate the fast break?
Well, pretty handy, and we said that Poimo did that for them a couple of weeks ago. Bairstow leading them with 7 assists. Jam time.
Great dish there from Vines, and Puano finishes strong. Good start to the half for the Pirates, getting a stop and a bucket. Walter stops and pops it short. Jared Bairstow again grabs the rebound and pushing up court. Goes inside to Puano. He likes the matchup. Reverse layup is good. Henry Puano, 4 straight for the Pirates to open the second half.
Yeah, really good intent right from the get-go here from the Pirates.
Massengale nearly lost it, recovers. Meal fires a 3, that's off. Vines has it on the wing, kicks it out. Good ball movement. Croft will fire a 3. That's good. 7-0 run to start the second half. Coach Vern Roberto forced to take a timeout. Let's keep it here. And we said it before, Regan. Southwest throughout the season has struggled to, in the third quarter, they can't ask for a better start than what they have so far here.
No, definitely not. And Coach Larkins has to be happy with that, because from the brief interaction I heard from the Southwest locker rooms as I went, and had a bit of a halftime break, it was all about energy, and they have to come out with intense energy to keep themselves in front and to keep that momentum going. And in a minute 20 worth of basketball, they've absolutely had that energy. So if you're in the Southwest camp right now, you're incredibly happy with what's going out on the court.
And I think a lot of it is, Dave, getting those defensive rebounds, and I know Bairstow's not getting that assist, but he's really sparking that energy by pushing it up court and looking to be aggressive.
Yeah, and then again, for me, Poimo did a really good job of a good rim run, sealed Massengale, and got a nice layup. So just that simple, fundamental fast break action has been why they've been successful.
Well, let's see if the timeout can spark the energy for Phoenix. come out flat to start the half. Meal brings it back out, finds Massengale. He'll fire a wing three. That's too strong. Buono has it. Behind the back to Croft. He'll fire another three. Too strong. Then a foul by Bairstow contesting the defensive rebound.
Little heat check.
Don't mind it. That was a good look.
Promo did miss Bear on his right.
Don't forget, if you are tuning in on YouTube or on Facebook, let us know in the comments. Make sure we get you a shout out. Bucket's good for Phoenix, getting their first points of the second half. They're down 21. Buono kicks it out for Jared Bairstow. Three-pointer off the back of the rim. Larkin somehow recovers, finds Croft, who lays it up and in.
Great job. All you youngsters out there, stay in the play. Larkin's good nose for the ball. Comes up with a steal.
McAllister give and go. Massengale blocked by Croft.
Oh, Briggs. Come on, there's no way that was a foul.
Yeah, that's a tough one. At least they called it on the body and not the hands. If they called it hands, it was definitely incorrect. Body, is it? I'll say that's a tough call.
Yeah, tough call. Let's just call it a tough one.
Couple shout outs on Facebook. Alan Woodford, the old president of Northside Wizards, checking in. Big Nothing But Net Media fan. And Dean Owen also checking in. Thanks, everyone, for letting us know and tuning into the game. Massengale's free throw is no good. I did love that contest there by Croft. I thought that was a clean one. Massengale hits one of two. Jarrett Croft having himself a pretty good one here so far tonight. Leading all scorers at 22.
22 off in 19 minutes.
Buono fouled. Nearly got the bucket as well. He's very awkward the way that he's very, I can't put my finger on it.
Unorthodox.
Yeah, thank you. Unorthodox. That's the word I was looking for.
He is, and he's so, I think, quick and powerful though. Like he's got these jabs and the steps, and you kind of defensively you adjust, and then he spins the other way because he's so quick. And I think he's a really tough cover.
He quite often goes to the left, even though he's a right-hander too, which is interesting.
And we've seen him finish really well with his left too in the couple games we've seen.
Here's some pressure. They got him trapped. Nearly a backcourt, but Buono knocked it back. Walters will fire the corner three. It's short. Buono grabs the rebound. He's off and running. Kicks it for Vines. He'll fire the three. It's up, and it's down. And the Pirates are up by 27.
Yeah, well, Coach Roberto can't just keep calling timeouts to hang around.
Buono, the one-man fast break also, hey? Massengale gonna fire the three. That's good. Good response there from C.J. Massengale.
Yeah, looked good as soon as he rose up.
And if you can't defend it better than Sean Bairstow did either.
Well, I think you got to get him up and in, and again make him a driver.
Bairstow looking for his brother. Yeah, and you heard Coach Larkin say, shoot it. I can't agree more with Coach Larkin's there. Bairstow was about 3 feet from the rim. Buono crossing over, goes to the left. He's fouled from behind by Price.
Yeah, that's what we talked about, just that quick crossover. I think he's just got that deceptive speed.
And as you say, the strength, too, to go through the contact.
You think he's going to bang with you, but he just goes quick crossover and puts it on his left.
And that's the fourth personal on Price, so he's going to have to take a breather. Buono misses makes the first. Oh, sorry.
They've had some patches, the Phoenix, tonight where they've really struggled offensively. Only 5 points so far this quarter.
And I think defensively, though, they really have struggled all night, Dave, especially that second quarter, and the turnovers killing them. Puono gets it back, throws up, and puts it down with one hand. What a pass there from Vines, and what a finish from Puono.
Yeah, Emil was doing his best to disrupt it.
They're going to get Larkins there with the body. That was beautiful fast break basketball, though.
That's
Kick
going
ahead to
dunks
Vines.
of the season.
Good to see Puono get up and put it down with one hand, too, hey? Been looking for that for the few times we've been here at Southwest.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, you really got to like the start of the third here defensively for Pirates. Just really locked in. And, equally, they've got to recognise that they've had a few shaky third quarters, and they've probably gave up a few games that they shouldn't have to the likes of Brisbane and Mackay, where they had big leads. And if they want to be a legit contender this year, they need to clean that up.
McAllister has it in the corner, working against Bairstow. Loses and recovers. Nelson Larkins, they're going to call it backcourt. Thought Larkins got a hand on that. I'm not sure about that one, but referees must have seen something that I missed. Puono going to get a breather. Croft going to check back in for Southwest. Whistle on the floor. Foul's called on Zeke Meal. Third team foul. Fourth personal on Meal. It looks like Connor Ward going to check in for Zeke.
If you're not tuning in and you're looking at a box score, you're going to look at these and you're going to go, geez, fouls, fouls, fouls. Rough night refereeing-wise, but that's not the case at all.
No.
Phoenix just, defensively been poor, and it's not just containing their man, but just getting a bit lost.
It's not feet either. It's all hands.
Yeah.
Vine's going to bring it back out with 8 on the shot clock. Gets the screen from Croft. He's double teamed. Skips it to Larkins. Wing 3 is up. And good. Nelson Larkins drains the 3. Pirates out by 31.
And again, even on that rotation, McAllister did a really good job on a good show, but his weak side guys didn't do their job. Massengale, he does what he does. He's doing his job.
I mean, he needs some help, though. Massengale now
21.
with 21. Zeke Meal with 14. They're the only 2 players in double digits for the Phoenix. Bairstow squeezing through the D. He's fouled on his way to the basket. One's going to go against Mitchell. Curl going to check in for Vines. Bairstow at the free throw line for 2 shots.
6 points, 0 rebounds for McAllister. Johnny? Very un-McAllister-like performance tonight.
I mean, after dropping 40 points and 15 rebounds versus Mackay, need a bit more out of McAllister, and really, you can't just point the finger at one person, for Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
They're just getting outplayed here as McAllister takes the pass and puts it down with 2 hands. Good dish there by Ward.
Yeah, hopefully that gets him going.
Southwest doesn't want to get too comfortable here. It's a 28-point lead as Larkins fires a 3 from the top of the key, goes in and out. Ward will fire a wing 3. That's too strong. And I think this is a bit of a danger time. You know, it's silly saying that at a 28-point lead, but you see a couple of times down the floor now, there's an offensive foul.
Yeah.
Couple quick shots by Pirates.
Yeah, it's at this kind of time, Johnny, where teams can really run into some trouble. They think they've got a commanding, unbeatable lead. You know, Southwest up by, 28 points at the moment.
Yeah.
So then they just start going, oh, I'm just going to, chuck up an easy three. I'm going to try and do a behind-the-back dunk or whatever it may be. They just think they've got it easy, and that's when the opponent can really start to find some momentum. You know, they're not scoring anymore, and they can really start to just chip away at it over the course of time. Admittedly, I think it's a little bit too late for the Phoenix, but Southwest should win this commandingly, and hopefully they don't slack off now.
Croft had a nice big block there. He gets it back. He's open. He'll fire from the wing. It's up short. Mitchell grabs the rebound. He's fouled from behind by Christian Pang. Just fighting for the board there.
We'll be traveling down the far end for 2 shots now as well, I believe. I think that'll be 5 team fouls.
Yep.
Couple free throws here for Malachi Mitchell. First 2 of the night. Hits the first. Nathan Cross tuning in on YouTube, saying this was about 10 minutes ago, the comment, so pardon me if he wants to take it back, we'll give it to him, but he says, I'm calling it now, Phoenix going to hit the comeback. We're going to hold you to that, Nathan, because they're down by 28 now with 3 minutes to go in the third. Good hit there, though, from Larkins. McAllister wants to go one-on-one with Croft, driving baseline, leaves his feet, skip pass, goes out of bounds off of Phoenix.
Really well defended, and that's what you see when you've had a tough night at the office and McAllister starts to force it.
Croft going to get a breather. Got to say, DJ is on point tonight.
He's doing a good job. He's trying to give the Logan guy a shot of the title.
Maybe. Bairstow leaves his feet. They're going to give him the continuation on the Euro step. That's a tough finish there. It's a tough bucket from Sean Bairstow.
The kid's got a bright future.
Third personal foul. Man, I was impressed by that one. He got caught right in the jump stop. Just went right through it and finished.
Yeah, I said to Doggy and Pete Pollard before the game, he's a bit of a Brad Newley type player, and really
great finish there by Ward.
Yeah, really big upside for Bairstow.
Reverse layup for Curl is good, plus the foul.
Great job from Curl, and an even better pass.
And Sean Bairstow really showing the full arsenal here tonight, I think. Doing a good job defensively, very active at the top of that pressure as well. Great cross-court pass for a streaking Curl to finish, plus the foul. And I like that comparison with Newley. Newley, when he was young, he was more of an athlete as opposed to a player. I would say that probably at the same point in his career, Bairstow probably a lot more skilled than Newley was at that age.
Yeah, I agree.
It's got to be a blocking foul. Ward was in the air. His feet weren't set. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Well, and he had about 6 hacks at the same time. So, I mean...
Yeah, I think he's arguing the one point that he has in his favor is that he was in front, but he was definitely moving. He was in the air. He didn't have position. So, yeah, good call by the referees. Nice and easy
one. He
one.
certainly was in front, that's for sure, but he was 2 feet off the ground trying to get set when the contact was made.
Wow,
so
32. It's 32 now. That snuck up on you.
I mean, the Pirates could have 100 before they get to the fourth quarter. This is, when you're giving up 92 points in nearly three full quarters, it's probably not a good sign.
Yeah, they're shooting 60%, 8 offensive rebounds.
It's got to be on its way to the highest scoring game of the season, surely.
It'd be close.
Yeah, Mackay put what did they put on Toowoomba? No, sorry.
I can see 114. There's
Yeah, I was gonna
111 in there.
There was 110, I thought, the other day. And
I think 114 is the highest so far by the looks of it, which was Ipswich Force versus Toowoomba last night.
Nathan Cross, you're the
Last
man.
week.
I like how you roll, mate. He's still staying strong on his prediction.
Good on you, Nathan. He still backs his comeback prediction. All about that fourth quarter. A lot of time left.
I'm not sure that Phoenix have got the salary cap to sign T-Mac to put him in the fourth quarter here, Nathan. But I like you.
Love your loyalty,
I
Nathan.
like your optimism and your loyalty, mate.
Just not sure. Not sure if there's
Maybe
enough time.
Durant and T-Mac, and then you might have a chance.
Minute 48 to go in the third, Nathan. Just reminding you that we're in the third quarter. Phoenix are down 34 with about a minute 45 left. Vine splits the D, gets right to the rim. He's fouled. Ryan Vine's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And Coach Larkins was talking before the game, and he had a really good week. He was really happy with practice, and he said the boys have coming together nicely. Obviously, from a coaching point of view, you're pretty pleased if you're up 34
And
end of the third.
And let's be honest, I mean, they're holding Sunshine Coast to 60 and 3. That's pretty good too.
Yeah,
so.
and as you said, Johnny, Sunny Coast like to play with pace and push the ball, so holding them to 60 is certainly a good effort.
Good double, triple team. McAllister gets it up, gets it back. Baseline jump shot off the side of the rim, tipped out of bounds. It's going to go with Pirates. Checking in for his first action of the game, Dakota Daniels. Max Curl going to get a breather. Bairstow up ahead to Puano. Southwest going to reset. Pirates pick up another foul. Beat Hooper going to get called for the blocking foul. Vine's going to go to the free throw line.
Quick fouls as well. 3 quick fouls for Hooper, who has only played 3 minutes.
Looking tough. Gee, Nathan, he's right though. All they need is Josh Walters to catch fire. Hit 11 threes in a row and they're right back into it. And to be fair, Nathan, the Phoenix not really doing too bad from deep. They're 7 of 19 for 36%. It's defensively where they're struggling. They just cannot get stops. And turnovers really aren't going to help them as Puano kicks ahead. Too strong, though, for Ryan Vines. But it isn't offensively. They're going okay.
Yeah, they're okay. It's just that in the turnovers, Pirates have got 24 points off those turnovers. That's where they've killed it. They've done a good job of transitioning and really making them pay.
And it's really defensively, though. I mean, anyone giving up 96 points in 3 quarters is really going to struggle as Massengale gets another one to fall.
Wow, he's got a bag of tricks, that guy.
Pang kicks ahead. Bairstow has it. Going to work some clock here, trying to take it down. Vines kicks it. Daniels open for 3, air ball. McAllister recovers. Hands off 4. Thought there might have been a foul call. No foul call there. Connor Ward gets a shot off. It's no good. And that's the end of the quarter. And it's 96-62, a 34-point lead for Pirates over Phoenix. Your QBL Game of the Week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 96-62, Pirates up at the quarter time break. It's a big third quarter. We don't usually see that from Pirates. We've mentioned it a few times, and throughout the season they have struggled coming out into the third quarter, but they won that one 37-18. So an emphatic third quarter win for the Pirates.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's from Coach Larkins. You want to
Gonna fix you up here, Dave, so we can hear you a little better.
Mate. Again, from Coach Larkins, you really want to keep pumping. I mean, maybe I don't get 37 points in this quarter, but I'd be setting the team at 120 would be a realistic goal. You want to keep the intensity, and you want to keep the pace. It's what the Pirates have done a really good job at tonight.
Croft back in there,
nice
spinning,
move.
Hook shot, no good, but he's fouled.
Is that 5 on McAllister or 4? 4.
We're gonna find out. I think it's 4 though.
Yeah.
Good, again, really nice footwork by Croft, using his pivot, using every trick in the bag to get a good look at the basket.
And I think that's what that jump hook we talked about, Johnny, did, because it opened it up. He went like he was going to go through, give him the hook. McAllister adjusted, then he's like, no, now you've adjusted, now I'm going to go a nice little step through.
Hits his free throws, 98-62. Croft having himself a game here. Got 24. Good ball movement. Hooper's corner 3 is good. Pete Hooper back for the Phoenix. Getting on the score sheet. Good job by Vines breaking that press also. Saw the trap coming and spins away from it. Croft again, but can't come up with the bucket, but really nice spin move on the baseline.
All he had to do was drop step. He would have smacked the hammered baseline. He just sort of didn't follow through on that one.
McAllister's open, 3-pointers up, and good.
There you go.
30-point lead for Southwest. Bairstow going right at the defense to lay it in.
Well, the pressure's good, but the pressure's only as good as if you're going to get scored on in 6 seconds every time. It's kind of a waste of time.
Now McAllister on the block, working against Bairstow. Spins away from the double off the side of the backboard. Vines dumps it off. Croft. Good block there from McAllister. Held his ground, went straight up. Petey Hooper lays it up and in. Maybe Nathan was right. Maybe the comeback's on.
Yeah, the YouTube fans seem to be saying the same things. Luke Marriott, Connor Dimes also claiming the Phoenix comeback is imminent.
How many drinks have they had? I'm just curious. Nothing wrong with some Saturday night drinks on the coast.
Any night on the coast is good for me.
I just feel...
Whoa, no! Dropping the hammer. Cutting right through the lane like butter.
I just feel with defense like that, they're not going to be coming back from anywhere tonight.
You want to come back, you got to get stops. That's for sure. Sean Bairstow going to check back in for Croft. Croft didn't want to come off the court.
Good on him. What are you talking about, Coach? Why am I coming off?
Hey.
Got 24 points in 23 minutes.
It's a really well-balanced attack for Southwest here. Up by 33. There's Bairstow with it with 6 on the shot clock. Out to Puono. He'll fire the jump shot that's off the front of the rim. Mitchell pushes it up court for Phoenix. Gets himself in a little bit of trouble here. Ward skips it. Massengale has it. Now McAllister from the corner. Bairstow grabs a rebound.
I just think Southwest defense has really been better tonight. Good energy. Larkins in particular has been really good at that high area when they're pressing, and even when they didn't press, just like nice little ad hoc double teams. They've just been really good defensively tonight.
Very good defensively. Looks like there's going to be a timeout taken on the floor. We'll take one as well. 6:48 left in this one. It's a 35-point lead for the Pirates over the Phoenix in your QBL Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, Australian Sports Network, Stream Team Australia, and our major sponsor, the Illume Group. Back with you here from the Hibiscus Sports Complex. Had a comment on Facebook from Jordan. Where's Zach Price? Zach Price on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Surprised, actually, we haven't seen him back on the court, to be fair. I mean, if the comeback is on, they're going to need Price. As Pang drains a 3 from the wing.
Well, I think the bench is going to get emptied pretty quick for the Pirates. See some young guys get a bit of burn, you would think.
Massengale goes to the right hand. A lot of contact. He's fouled by Bairstow. Bairstow didn't like it, Dave. You didn't really like it either?
I thought that was pretty good D, but I'm okay.
Got to give the veteran a couple calls every now and then.
Well, Ryan Lowe's on the YouTube chat saying refs have done a good job tonight, so someone else agrees that out on the floor it's been pretty tightly called.
Well, I mean, let's just look at the foul calls. There's been 15 so far called on Southwest, and if we look at Phoenix, 26. So,
and that's a massive foul count as well. Like 26 fouls in 3 and a little bit quarters of basketball is a very, very heavy foul count. But in all fairness, it's accurate of what we've seen out on the floor here today. And, you know, it's been a big part of the reason why Southwest is so far in front when they've got 26 out of 35 free throws. So 26 points in free throws scored off those fouls. So, yeah, a little bit not good enough from Sunshine Coast Phoenix defense.
Good basket there, though, by Bede Hooper, picking up the basket and the foul. And that's what you want to see from Phoenix, forcing a few turnovers, getting a couple easy ones. Tyler Allen checks in as the Zeke meal. Tyler Allen, they have him at 23. Is that right? He's been around for a while too, playing up north.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm guessing it's right. This is if it's the QBL stats.
Hey.
BQ, you know, it's come off the BQ registration, so I'm guessing.
I don't know. I had it in my head he was older than that. I looked, I saw 23. Wow, that's young. He's been playing in the QBL for a few years.
Yeah.
Here he is now. Foul inside. Not sure what happened there. Not sure if they knocked knees. Mills a little shaken up. Let's hope he's all right. Larkin's going to get a breather. Gives his dad the old pat on the back. Checking in for Nelson Larkins is Dakota Daniels. Foul was called on Martin Nolan. Pang nearly forces the steal. It's tied up. Possession arrow favors Sunshine Coast Phoenix. Nathan Cross, you're killing me, man. Josh Walters can't catch fire from the bench. I think we got to get you a direct line to Coach Roberto to tell him, get Josh back in there. We need to come back.
Well, I was going to say either that or we need to get him as our online partner with online commentary.
Well, Johnny, we've always said this new mixing deck we've got, it can take phone calls.
Yeah,
Get him on a direct line into the commentary.
We might have to take some live phone calls during our broadcast, maybe. Don't know if we could give out the old direct line to us, though.
Hey, Nathan, maybe you should give Coach Roberto a call during the week and have a chat about maybe the rotations.
107-75 the score. We've got about 5 minutes to go in this one. Allen picks up his dribble under a bit of pressure from Pang. Finds Meal. Meal cut into the basket, kicks it. Baseline jumper short. Pono with the rebound. That jumper from Bati Aston didn't have the arc on it that he was after. Bairstow, that's Sean from 3. It's off the side of the rim. Hooper recovers for Sunshine Coast.
And that's the bit I think he just got to continue to work at, his three-point range and his shot. He turns that around. He's got a bright future, Sean Bairstow, that's for sure.
Here comes Pang. Lost his footing and turns it over. Ward kicks it ahead. Tyler Allen layup no good. Then there's a foul off the ball. It's going to go against Zeke Meal. I think that's his 5th. Yep, that's going to be his 5th. So Zeke done for the evening. Here comes Josh Walters. I think Coach Roberto heard Nathan on Facebook. So Walters checks in, and also checking into the game for the Southwest Metro Pirates, Jean-Luc Mbrel. I don't know, I'm sorry, I probably just butchered that. I'm going to do my best.
Well, again, just looking ahead, Johnny, I think for the Coast, they just write this one off, move on. But obviously watch it with some learnings defensively.
Bati Aston gets called for the blocking foul. Looks like we're getting Isaiah Edwards and Max Curl into the game for the Pirates.
Yeah, there's some big love coming from the crowd behind us for Isaiah Edwards, checking into the game for the first time.
Under 4 to go. 107-75 the lead here for Southwest. Pono knows that he's checking out. He's got the smirk on his face. Let's see what he does with the second.
Was that the smirk? Like, I'm going to hit it, I'm going to miss it.
Oh, he missed it on purpose. Look at him. He's smiling on the whole way back.
Yeah, he didn't.
Come on. He missed that one on purpose.
No, he didn't do that, mate.
He's still smirking. Look at him. Bati Aston gets blocked, but they're going to call the foul on Umbrell. Look at him. Look at Pono smirking. He knows he's checking out. Max Curl going to check in. Good game there from Henry Pono. Couple big hammers. Did a good job on the glass, I thought, and also igniting that fast break for Southwest a few times.
Yeah, he did, Johnny. 24 and 10. 4 assists, 4 steals.
7 of 11 from the field also. Got to the free throw line 12 times.
Yeah, really efficient. Croft with 24. Larkins with 23. Vines 10, Bairstow 9. So the starters did a really good job tonight. I think the crowd's going to go crazy if Edwards can get a bucket.
Southwest has to get a shot off. They got 3 on the shot clock. Curl goes inside. Umbrell lost it. Scrapping for it. Bati Aston comes down with it. That's a foul there on Edwards. It's a blocking foul. Good push there from Connor Ward. Gonna get a floor sweeper onto this one. Let's have a look at the Basketball Queensland. Oh, Morel, thank you. I don't know why. I'm looking here. It looks like MB, but it's because the O is so close to the M. Sorry about that. Jean-Luc Morel.
You like
that the foul?
You like those event cinema seats, Johnny, too?
And I wish they were. I wish they were right here at the call, so we could sit in them while we're calling. What do you got a bit of pull around here, Dave? Can you make it happen?
Well, it'll be tough to watch the game and commentate when you're asleep, mate.
I mean, we might have to talk to our major sponsor, the Illume Group, and see if they could get some comfy seats for us over here.
Bench is emptied completely. Some young guys get a bit of action here.
We look ahead to the schedule next week. Sunshine Coast Phoenix will be home next Saturday night on the 15th of June. They host North Gold Coast Seahawks. Southwest at home on Saturday night as well, hosting Gold Coast Rollers. Then Phoenix double dipping on Sunday. They're going to take on the Ipswich Force Sunday at 4 p.m.
Where are we at next week, Johnny?
We're at Logan for the Logan Thunder versus the Ipswich Force.
Oh,
Saturday night.
Okay, I like it.
Looking forward to that. While we're talking about the Ipswich Force, got to give a shout out to our good friend Jason Ralph and give him a congratulations. He's getting married today to Force guard Georgia Williams. So congratulations to those two. The love, what is it, basketball love, right?
Absolutely.
Another wedding in the works through the QBL.
Allen, good bucket in transition.
Good bucket there, yep, for sure. Got Ethan Schofield on the floor for the first time for the Phoenix.
2 shots.
Couple shots.
Well, the crowd, if I'm Isaiah, I'm going to focus here. I could get a big cheer from the Isaiah Edwards fan
look,
club.
They're standing up right behind us. Look at them. I don't know if they could be any more excited for Isaiah Edwards.
Oh, no, they've gone a little premature.
No,
14 fouls.
The crowd was about to explode.
Just as I was getting the camera ready to get the crowd behind us going wild.
2:40 left in this one. 27-point lead for Southwest. Three-pointers long. Ward comes down with it. Skips it over. The big man gets the reverse layup. Good finish there from Schofield. No look pass. Short floater is good for Daniels. Under 2 minutes now in this one. Edwards gives it back to Curl to lay it up and in. Walters has it for the Sunny Coast. He kicks it. Allen's going to fire a three. That's good. Tara Allen drops a three.
Well, Allen just reminding Coach, give me some minutes next week.
Got to be honest, I'm surprised he didn't play more tonight.
I was too.
Block and foul called on Josh Walters.
Now it's 2 shots.
Free throws coming for Max Curl.
We'll just go through some stats here, Johnny, the last minute. Meal, 14 points. 8 turnovers for Meal tonight. And he started well, hit a couple of buckets, a couple threes. But from memory, he had 12 points at the end of the first, so only 2 points for the next 3 quarters for him. And McAllister finished with 11, 5 of 16, 4 rebounds. Massengale obviously was terrific. 9 of 13 from the floor for his 26 points. Walters, despite Nathan Cross's enthusiasm, only scored 4.
Ward misses the fadeaway. Isaiah Edwards
And again, Price was really good. Price was really good. I thought, and only played 18 minutes, surprisingly.
got himself in a bit of foul trouble. That was the problem.
He did, but yeah.
Surprised you didn't see him come back on the floor, just to at least continue to grow with the group, you would think.
Yeah. And then, I think Allen and Hooper did a good job off the bench for them. Connor Ward did some good things too, I think. So as I said, for the Phoenix,
it's got to be on the defensive end. I mean, they're going to, I think if you're Sunshine Coast Phoenix, you're basically just going to wipe this one from your memory. And I think the only memory that you're going to take from this is we got to play better defense if we want to be in the finals.
Absolutely.
I'd love to know what happened, though, to Darnell Robitou. He was their top scorer, or one of their top scorers last weekend.
Yeah.
And where he is.
Yeah. Good job from Curl then too, on that split line, walled up under the basket on Walter's drive.
And this is an opportunity for Max. Wants more minutes. This is where I think Coach Larkins probably wants to see some more leadership from him. He's a regular rotation player, but get out there with the guys on the bench and lead them.
Yeah.
And I think he's shown it. He's talking out there. He's got pretty good defensive effort. He's guarding the big man. But pretty impressive win here for Southwest as well, Dave. We're not, I'm not saying that we're bagging the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. That's not what we're doing. Because it's been really impressive from Southwest. Defensively, they were strong. I think they set the tone. After the first quarter, I think they really tightened it up defensively. And I think their strong defense really led to a lot of their offense.
Yeah, I completely agree, Johnny. Sorry, I just was watching the 3-ball from Curl. I thought it looked good out of the hand.
And really well-balanced attack offensively, I thought, from Southwest. And I think when they play unselfishly and they play together as a group defensively, they can be a really tough team to beat.
Well, especially, just look at this, they're starting, all the starters had at least 4 assists each, with Bairstow with 8. And Vines 10, Bairstow 9, Larkins 23, Pomo 24, Croft 24. Just a really solid win from Southwest.
A great win from Southwest. Not sure what's going on here. Referees were chatting.
There was a foul called right on the buzzer, but they're just going to decide to wave it away. End the game. 30-point difference. No need to call it. So there was a little bit of just hesitation between whether they're going to call it, whether they weren't.
Yeah.
But game over.
Was a great game here and a really impressive performance from Southwest. You've mentioned it, Dave. Really well balanced there. Got 3 players with 20 plus. A couple players in double figures as well. Really good bench production off the bench. Probably not as much as they had last week, but it was good minutes from Bairstow and Curl having an effect coming off the bench, and that's what you want when you're going to go to the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the younger guys get minutes, and sometimes throughout the season, you're going to get 3 minutes and 12 minutes and 16 minutes. You just got to make the most of it.
Let's just go through it one more time, though. Southwest shooting 54% from the field. They didn't really shoot that well from 3, but they didn't need to. 7 of 25 from 3, and they got to the free throw line 41 times. I think that goes to show you how aggressive they were trying to get to the basket. If you're going to look at some negatives, the three-point shooting, though, and the free throw shooting for Southwest wasn't great.
Yeah, and again, I think, finishing on a positive, 29 assists, which is excellent. They're number 3 in the league, averaging 20 a game, Johnny, so really good effort, and you're going to do that when you put 115 on the board. And 14 turnovers is good too with that pace. Only 14 turnovers is really looking after the ball.
And they had 8 I think they had 8 in the first quarter, so really good tidying up of the ball. Getting dabs from all the boys. I like this one.
There's positivity here.
Everyone happy after
they like
a big
being
win.
online.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great game from the Pirate Ship, the captain, Ryan Vines. Good work. But really good job overall, I think, from the Southwest Metro Pirates. A good opportunity for them to start building the momentum. Their second win in a row. And they have a few tough stretch, but you said Coach Larkins really thinks this is a key part of the season for them.
Yeah, it is, and again, takes them to 4-4, Phoenix 4-3, and Pirates have got to start, putting some wins on the board. I think guys like Rocky and Southwest, both around that 50% mark. I mean, they're the two guys you probably don't want to play, in my opinion. You don't want them finishing 7 and 8 and trying to beat them in a first-round playoff matchup. So I think for Southwest, they're going to try and obviously put some wins together now off the back of that. And for the Phoenix too, I think they got a really good group. Missing a couple guys tonight, we're not sure why. But again, I think there was patches there where they've shown they're certainly going to be a decent group as well.
Yeah, definitely so. And having covered Southwest all season as well, I think this is one of the first times we've actually got to cover one of their games where we've seen them play as an entire group and as realistically as a full team as well. So probably the best team effort we've seen out on the floor. And they really started to merge as a group last week against Ipswich in that, tight win, I think 193. And they've come out today and just really played a great team game of basketball. They're sharing the points, they're passing the ball around really well. So in terms of Southwest, they're only going to get better from here now that they are that, that team of players that's doing a really great job. And, Sunshine Coast Phoenix, look, did a lot of things really, really well. Their defense is definitely the biggest thing that they need to start cleaning up. Giving away 41 free throws in a game of basketball is never going to get you the W. So realistically, just clean up that defense. And to be honest, I'd love to see the matchup of these two teams again, with McAllister coming in and having a bit more of an influence as well. Unfortunately, getting those 3 fouls early on, so it took him away from the action, relatively early to give Southwest that early edge. So I'd really look forward to the rematch between these two teams. I think it could be a close one.
Well, it should be a close one. It wasn't here tonight. The Pirates get the 30-point win. That's going to wrap things up for us here. I do have to thank my co-commentators, Regan Baker on the commentary and production, Dave Derwin for the commentary, Chris Sieber up there on the camera, and of course I have to thank James Bowman and the Australian Sports Network for all of their graphics and technical support. Don't forget to tune in next week when we have the Logan Thunder hosting the Ipswich Force. Women first, followed by the men. That'll be live for you on the Basketball Queensland YouTube channel and, of course, throughout our social media channels as well. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to another presentation of the QBL Game of the Week from Nothing But Net Media, the Australian Sports Network, the Stream Team Australia, and, of course, our major sponsor, the Illum Group.